Guess where my camera is sitting right now. Let me switch to my phone cam so you can actually see where I'm putting my camera. This just shows that you don't need fancy equipment to situate your camera. You can just use whatever that's available around you. Although I admittedly do have a camera stand and a tripod, but sometimes I'm just so lazy to whip it out. This is what's happening. Yeah. So I got caught up with Black Friday FOMO again. Every single freaking year, I'm just like telling myself, if you don't have concrete plans for Black Friday, if you don't have like powerful intentions for a sale or things to share with your audience, don't put on random sales. But I freaking did it again this Black Friday because as a consumer, I was being bombarded by a lot of like the brands that I follow. And, it's Black Friday week. Pretty much they're sending an email every day, sometimes twice a day, just to play the numbers game. And I thought I was like above that. I thought I wasn't gonna get sucked into that whirlpool of sales, but being bombarded as a consumer with all those emails, I just got sucked into this I guess trend hopped onto this Black Friday frenzy, and then I didn't even come to like a conscious conclusion about like, okay, I'm gonna put up create some sales like this, or I'm gonna change my plan. It wasn't even like a conscious decision. I just found myself sitting in front of my computer, opening up my Shopify, and then just whipped up some sales, and I was like, oh, let me try free shipping this year with no particular game plan or no plans to promote it and no strategy when it comes to like what content to put out, what to share, what to create, etc. So now the sale is just sitting there. And I don't feel too bad about it, but the thing with this is like when you get sucked into like that FOMO, when you get sucked into that vortex of like chasing sales, even you didn't really intentionally want to do that, or even if you didn't intentionally or just put a lot of your conviction or energy behind it, it's sort of like, okay, I'll just put up a sale and then not get too attached to the results. But the thing is, you do get attached to the results. At least I do, even just a little bit. So I remember there's a distinct moment when I randomly sat down to write a sales email, because that's what you're supposed to do during Black Friday, right? You're supposed to be engaging your audience. I sent it out, and I should have just sent a straight up sales email, because I know for me, if I'm getting like a heartfelt vlog-ish, sort of blog-ish type of email from someone I follow, great. I usually don't like it when they follow up with an offer at the end, especially when they're sharing something intimate, unless I already know this is like their mode and I know what to expect. But I don't like to have my expectations toyed with. I want to be sold to. It's like if I already have the desire to buy something from this brand or this person, they send me a marketing email, I slot right in. I'm fine with that. Or if I'm just expecting something like something heartfelt, something truthful that is to be shared from this account or whatever it is, whoever it is that I'm subscribed to, and I get that, that's fine. Or they like show it up front if I know what to expect. But I just personally felt like, oh, I've been sending out some newsletters lately that's just more like a newsletter. It wasn't like a marketing email. It was just more like I wanted to touch base with my audience, share with them what's been going on with me, and also just mention some of the projects that's been completed and then things that are available in my store. So it was more casual, and all of a sudden I switched to this Black Friday mode, and I was kind of stuck in between like wanting to just straight up promote, which is just letting people know that there's a sale going on, and versus, oh, but I want to share something heartfelt as well. And then maybe I'm just being self-conscious. Maybe I'm honestly just like being perfectionist. And I did sort of had a moment of shadow work with my perfectionism. And I was able to kind of release some pent up energy in that space. But still, I just feel like I can't help but feel like if you're on my newsletter, on my email list, and you get that email I wrote about like soft shadow working. It was a cool idea. I should have stored that email for future use and not for Black Friday, but I just also really wanted to send it. But this just proves that just because you have a divine download doesn't mean you have to send it out right away. Sometimes you have to pick timing so to do it justice in a way. Anyway, I sent out that email, and again I was, oh, if you feel called to like buy the deck, like it's like free shipping right now, and I just can't help but think that maybe like some of you got it, and then you're just like, oh, what the hell, Kim? I feel betrayed. I thought this was like a super intimate email about soft shadow working, and now you want us to buy your deck. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Maybe I'm overthinking, because I know sometimes I feel that way. I just feel like the people in the tarot community, I think most of us, I think especially if you follow me, I think most of us are pretty intuitive and pretty empathetic, and you can sense these kind of things, and it's like, maybe you could sense my conflict about wanting to share something intimate and truthful, but also wanting to hustle and send out this marketing email and then make some sales. And maybe the energy got mixed up, and yeah, so this is myself overthinking, self-conscious, spiraling sort of thoughts of being like an online business owner, and I just like, I feel so stupid that I got caught up with chasing sales again, even just a little bit. Because my original plan for this Black Friday was actually to get rid of my overstock from my first editions, like the Spread Machine expansion packs. I was gonna put them on clearance sale because they've just been sitting in my house. I was like, that's my sole focus. I'm gonna do that because it's been sitting there for too long. But I totally got caught up with like other. It's really stupid. Like, I'm just like, oh, I should like look the part of like being a small business owner with lots of sales on Black Friday, right? Because now I have a fulfillment center. I think a part of me wanted to impress them, even though they probably wouldn't care. I don't know. I don't understand why like I wanted to do that, but you know, sometimes our subconscious does strange things. Yeah, and I just like had a moment of doubt and disconnect, and had a moment of, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, and which is my own fault because I should have just stuck to the plan, and I should have, I really should have just committed to the things I chose to commit to, which is to do that clearance sale, but I didn't freaking do that. I think I also wanted to do that last year around Black Friday, but somehow I was like, oh, because like the system, the inventory, or their SKUs are not gonna sync up. There's gonna be something weird because like at the time my fulfillment center was still in the US. So if I sold like the regular merchandise from my store and then I also sold the clearance, which is stock at my house, there's gonna be two different locations. So if people buy, say, we have the Piano Tarot, which is stuck at a fulfillment center in the US, and they buy like the clearance sale, and that's two separate places of shipping. So it's like, I just thought it was going to be logistically a nightmare. So I was just like, never mind, it's not going to be on Black Friday sale. So I just took it off. Yeah, I don't know. I was just, I think I'm being overly self-critical. That's for sure. Because business is all about learning as well, tweaking what works for you and what doesn't, and also changing strategies and just adapting, leveling up and figuring things out. So at the end of the day, it's not a big deal, but I personally went through some emotional upheavals because of it. But I think I'm sort of glad that it happened because it gave me an opportunity to reconnect and recenter and really just rethink about, okay, what am I trying to achieve in business? Because your vision, your dream, and the experience of journeying towards your dreams is made up of these little decisions. And if I cave into this like Black Friday FOMO every single year, I'm going to be painting a picture for myself and creating this experience over and over again, even if it was just like a split-second decision. So I just need to learn how to catch myself or be better prepared next time and just figure it out, right? And anyway, it gave me an opportunity to really reflect on like, what is it that I want? Because I kind of feel like sometimes I get lost, I get caught up with trends a little bit. Sometimes I see like what other people are doing. I'm just, oh, I should do that too. Or Black Friday is happening, then I should probably put up a sale and probably put up some, like an impressive sale to attract people who might want to shop a sale. And I just completely lose my focus and my vision, because my vision for, you know, now that I'm here, my vision like around like a couple months ago, like for the past year-ish, my vision has been to sort of overcome some of the logistical problems in my business and just really face it, because I've been procrastinating on those, and that was dragging me down and hurting my sales and hurting my business in general. So I took care of some tax stuff and did some heavy lifting with fulfillment center, moving it around. Now that all of that is done, I just feel like I have a better foundation to stand on and to truly just pursue my vision and create my dream business. I mean, it's already my dream business, but I have bigger dreams. Like, this dream is just going to continue to expand. And I got an opportunity to really connect with that. And I remember when I was journaling and just kind of reflecting on, oh, why did I get caught up with this like Black Friday FOMO again? I don't know if you relate, if you're a small business owner, if you're a deck creator, if you're selling decks or selling any kind of witchy merchandise or just anything. Do you get caught up with Black Friday FOMO? Is it just me? Like, do you struggle with it? I admittedly do, as I'm just like openly admitting on camera. Yeah, let me know in the comments. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I was saying like, I just I was glad to have that opportunity to reconnect with my vision, because I just sort of sometimes maybe needed to experience those moments of doubt and becoming sidetracked, to kind of like get back on track. And I low key feel like I've been connecting with a lot of like deities and archetypes lately, and I just low key felt like that was Loki. That was like the work of Loki, because he's a trickster. He's just like, oh, you wanna hop on this bandwagon, eh? Like let me derail you for 1 second, so you know what's important, because you don't seem to know, and that's fun for me. So he was totally being a cosmic brat and like fucked up my plans when I didn't have plans, which is the point of the trickster energy, I guess. Got to reconnect with my vision, and my vision, which is I'll share with you a little bit. I have this map of my kingdom that I'm trying to build. I have a map of the Fables kingdom. I might show it on screen, but right now I'll just show it to you on my iPad. I don't know, it has a better show and tell vibe. Oh, look at this light. Yeah, so this is my kingdom map. Actually, you can't really see it. And there's different parts, different landscapes, and different places that I'm trying to create. Some of them already either had the foundation laid to be created, or it's like already created, I just have to expand upon it. And I really envision my business to be this epic playground, or almost like, what's that term? Like a theme park. Like a theme park is really like a powerful metaphor that I connect with. It's like you come in here, you go on these rides, and these rides are kind of like the different places or products or creations that I have manifested. And then this is like a whole experience, but it's all under the theme of Fables. I really should set my eyes on just building my kingdom. I want to keep myself accountable by declaring it. Also, sometimes I feel like that backfires, because sometimes I declare it and I don't do it. But also that's not really because of the fact that I'm declaring it, it's because I don't have the commitment. So it's not really because I declared it, it was because at the time I wasn't committed, or as committed as I wanted to be. Yeah, so anyway, I kept rambling. I kept getting sidetracked as I was talking about being sidetracked. So I have this kingdom map, and this is the kingdom I'm trying to build. There's like several things that I'm really clear about that I'm going to create. Some of the things I've already created, and some things also just come to me on the way. You know, I don't plan for them. For example, I didn't plan for a Lionheart Affirmations deck. I didn't plan for Sparkle Lenormand. I didn't plan for any of these decks, actually. It's sort of like I received the inspiration and then I decided to create it. So in that way, I am planning for that to happen. But I think after the initial sort of the first few decks I created, there's like a few other decks that I definitely plan on making, as in like already had the idea. So would you call this planning? I guess it's not really planning. It's like you have the idea and then you're going to execute on it like down the road. But it's just right now I have other things to worry about. But like, here are some of the key things I really want to create with Fables. Definitely I'm going to expand on the Panda Kingdom, because I think Panda for me is just an amazing animal to connect with, especially if you're someone who's soft-hearted, not in a way where you're weak or lethargic. Although that could definitely, I think that's the shadow side of being soft, because we're not naturally like confrontational or aggressive people. You're soft-hearted, you're playful, you're very connected with your inner child. You like cute things, you like pastels perhaps, or you could be really into like dark witchy shit, but there's a part of you that's just like very panda, like, you know, like You know, I'm all about like leveling up life, leveling up your magic as a soft-hearted person because that's who I am. And I think in this world where it's all like hustle, 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 like being hardcore girl bossing, it's like we don't have like a mode to pursue those things, like go hard, but as a soft person. And I kind of feel like that's how I want to stand in the world. Like that's the message I want to share. It's kind of like just because you're soft doesn't mean you don't go hard, you know? Like I want to be like I'm like a very hardcore person in terms of like, oh, I have so many things I want to create. I really want to be I'm really ambitious. I want to keep accumulating wealth and worldly success, as they call it, but not be defined by it. I want to focus on like leveling up myself as a person and upskilling my talents and also just improving on whatever it is I need to improve on and tapping into my power and strength and healing and just have a really strong spiritual anchor and strengthening, just continue to strengthen my heart. And as a result of that, because I am cultivating more power for myself and more joy for myself, I'm able to give this to others and share this with others and give from a generous place and give because I'm overfilling with those things. And as a result, because of the help that I'm able to share and the good vibes I'm able to put out and the dreams I can help accomplish just by inspiring people, as a result, I'm like taken care of financially and I'm building abundance by cultivating just prosperity like in 360 degree. Anyway, that's my vision. That like I'm a bit ambitious in that way. I'm definitely one of those people who want to keep like moving up that income bracket, who wants to keep accumulating wealth, well, in terms of money, in terms of joy, in terms of health. I just want more in life, right? I just want more in life and all and that while wanting all these things, all these big things and having big dreams, remaining a soft person, that's sort of like the core spirit of like being I guess having panda as like the anchor animal for people's stand because pandas are just so soft and so squishy and so vulnerable, so open, so inner childlike, so cute. But pandas could also be Kung Fu pandas. Like, we forget pandas are bears sometimes. They weigh like a ton or maybe 2 tons and they could like crush you just by sitting on you. That's one of the things I want to keep creating is to kind of just use this as a core. But yeah, in conclusion, I just came on to kind of just vent about the woes that I have with like Black Friday FOMO. I'm happy with some of the stuff I purchased because I made a list of things I wanted to buy and catch a bargain for, and then I did catch all those bargains, and I got some useful items for winter, such as like a waterproof jacket that's super warm and some other stuff just for fun, and I'm really happy with the stuff I purchased. Mostly clothes this year, because I decided to not buy any more books. But definitely clothes. And yeah, I wanted to share my Black Friday woes and just to share with you that it gave me the opportunity to reconnect with my vision, with my big vision. I guess also in conclusion, if you get sidetracked, if you are like, you know, sometimes you have those moments where you're just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, because I definitely had this one. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's the worst one of the worst feelings in the world. And it's not like as devastating as say processing trauma or feeling extreme insecurity and jealousy or some of the darker, more negative, more inflammatory emotions, because I don't know what I'm doing. It's sort of like this moment of numbness where you're just like, you lose faith in yourself a little bit. It's just that brief moment where you're just like, like, I don't believe in myself in this moment, which sucks, honestly, which sucks. Because I can be experiencing jealousy or some dark resentment and then some anger and some feminine rage, but it's there's still a part of me that believes that I can work through that. Because I have the tools, I have the strategies, I know myself, I know how to hold space for myself and extend love, etc. But those moments when you're doubting yourself, those are just the worst. Because you're like, oh, and it's like for a second, your timeline is shifting. It's like for a second, you don't know what the future holds because you don't know what you're going to decide, because you don't believe in yourself, because you lost faith. And honestly, that's the worst thing in the world. It's like that moment where you lose commitment, just like ever so briefly, but it sucks. Like, it freaking sucks to experience that, because you just feel like without that moment of without self-commitment and truly just believing in yourself and trusting that somehow things are going to work out, even if you don't know exactly how it's going to work out, just being steeped in self-doubt and you're just like drowning in that self-doubt tea, oh my god, like I just lose, for me anyway, I lose all sense of the future. I just feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know if my dreams are gonna come true. I don't know if my vision is gonna be actualized. I don't know if I can achieve anything. It's like the future is bleak. It's like the timeline has been cut off. It's like there's no future. And it's just like a worst feeling in the world. But it's okay. Just like all feelings, they all pass. And I'm much better at handling those things now because I've been committing to the things that what I really want to do more and more. So I'm developing more self-trust with myself in that way. So it's improving. I'm leveling up. But yeah, thank you for checking out this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you experience self-doubt the same way as I do. Let me know if you have Black Friday FOMOs as a consumer or as a fellow business owner or decorator. And yeah, I'll see you next time.